have something to do with how much money you bring in. I'm the highest paid fighter, not because Dina and Lorenzo wanted to do something nice for the ladies. They do it because I bring in the highest numbers. They do it because I make them the most money. And I think that the money that they make should be proportionate to the money that they bring in.
With the UFC microphone, and you are getting into territory of homophobia, transphobia, like, is there...
I don't give anybody a leash.
Well, I'm saying you...
A leash?
Like...
Free speech. And control what people say.
Imagine being in the spotlight, not just for your game, but for every word you say. In recent times, athletes have found themselves facing not just tough opponents, but even tougher questions from woke reporters. Questions about race, gender, and identity that aim to spark controversy. But what happens when athletes push back? But before we move forward, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to What is a Mr. Worth for more celebrity updates. Joe Mazzulla. Some topics need to come out in sports interviews. Race is one of them. Consider, for example, a football Celtics head coach, Joe Mazzulla, who was asked whether he were the lone man in the league and among only a few black head coaches.
Hey Joe, in school at Yahoo Sports. For the first time since 1975, this is the NBA Finals where you have two black head coaches. Given the plight sometimes of black head coaches in the NBA, do you think this is a significant moment? Do you take pride in this? How do you view this, or do you not see it at all?
I wonder how many of those have been Christian coaches.
The reporter framed it as something whereby race was supposed to be what essentially defined how a coach views his counterpart. Pushing back on that one with emphasis. I don't think about race when I am coaching against a person. We just coach the ball. This refreshing and poignant answer leaves one breathless as it finds simplicity. While many argue that representation matters and more minority coaches should be in the league, this Joe Mazzulla's point was how by constantly drawing attention to race, the media itself could be the problem. The minute you guys stop making a big deal about it, everybody else will too, he noted, adding that only by identifying with skill and merit rather than identity will actual equality probably be achieved. Sean Strickland, MMA fighter. Sean Strickland gave a sharp-tongued riposte to a Canadian reporter in an acrimonious sparring over some of his remarks on the LGBTQ+ community. The showdown began after a reporter asked him if he'd be worse or better as a human being were he to have a gay son. He immediately shot back at it, criticizing the woke agenda by saying that the weak were the ones pushing for the rights of the LGBTQ+.
It's got to be. We've got a pretty supportive gay and lesbian community in this city. I did want to ask you about something you wrote a couple of years ago. You said, if I had a gay son, I would think I'd...
Oh, look, another. I'm saying to you, the swamp, you guys, the swamp.
You become a champion, you become a star, and someone says...
Let me ask you something. Are you gay?
Have you had the chance to interact with a more diverse...
Let me know, are you gay?
Could I get an answer?
Well, no, I'm asking, this is a part of, are you a gay man?
I'm an ally of the community.
Okay.
The questions with some guts when he was asked about transgender issues. More so, his take on the Bud Light endorsement of the transgender influencer. Strickland did not hold back. He threw haymakers at the reporter's beliefs, hating how woke culture is infiltrating the country and the downgrading of free speech in Canada. Video of this viral interview spurred furious online reactions. Marshawn Lynch, NFL Super Bowl 49 Media Day, was marred by one of the league's big stars, Marshawn Lynch, his usual sarcastic self, by responding with all questions with the same phrase, "I'm just here so I won't get fined."
I'm here so I won't get fined. I'm here so I won't get fined.
He was protesting against the obligatory NFL media appearances, and he refused to answer any meaningful questions from reporters. Khabib business tycoon Patrick Bet David receives a question from Russian MMA champion Khabib Nurmagomedov, which asks how many genders are there in America.
In America, we have a few hundred genders. How many genders do you guys have in Russia? Just very, I know you're a math guy, that's why I'm asking. I think maybe there's a...
Like... Here is like, I see only women and men. There is no between.
Got it.
Khabib originated from old Russia and had it in his words that he had only made differentiations about men and women over there. Continuing with the fun tale of getting perplexed at the California coffee shop regarding all gender restrooms, his response was full of humor and sincerity that portrays that he really belonged to a cultural background more than the modern Western upbringing and discussions being made about feminists in Western societies. Kevin Durant. The weeks of July 2019 had witnessed free agency rumors surrounding NBA's best performers. And finally, on 9th of July, Kevin Durant summed it all up in a press conference by questioning reporters as to why they cared about where he could play.
Noticed that you hadn't talked for a while. Is it anything to do with anything on your mind, or has it just been coincidence that you haven't talked for some time?
Why do you care?
And questioned the press for bringing unnecessary drama into their profession, as he made it very clear that he would not address his future plans. Rafael Nadal. On the pay gap in tennis, Rafael Nadal was quick to point out that there are sectors, such as modeling, where women charge drastically higher rates than men, but no one ever finds anything wrong with that.
O en el modelaje. No sé, ¿por qué las mujeres ganan más que los hombres en el tema de la moda? Pues no lo sé, pero ahí sí que tampoco hablamos todo el día de diferencias salariales.
Even Rafael Nadal jumped at the opportunity and went ahead to throw punches at the media, saying they are much more interested in reporting sensational headlines rather than the problems at large. You cannot just talk about doping on me, Nadal said. You cannot just talk about my fitness to you. You cannot just talk about the things I did or did not do. But you want to talk about the pay gap between a man and a woman, which is worldwide a total thing. Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey has been very vocal about many issues. When asked if there is a gap among genders in sports, she said something of great value.
Have something to do with how much money you bring in. I'm the highest paid fighter, not because Dina and Lorenzo wanted to do something nice for the ladies. They do it because I bring in the highest numbers. They do it because I make them the most money. And I think that the money that they make should be proportionate to the money that they bring in.
Rousey maintained that pay must be graded according to how much the athlete will generate in terms of money. Rousey was cited as saying she is currently the highest paid UFC fighter for generating lots of income. For example, when asked if female superheroes are over-sexualized in the media, Rousey shot down claims to that effect of an assertion by referring to how male superheroes are also always sexist, and an incredible exaggeration. Her responses thus provided a basis and perspective in the debates on gender and its representation. Dana White. Within 24 hours of that inflammatory interview by Sean Strickland, Dana White, the UFC president, had this question thrown at him by the journalist who virtually dared him to say that the organization holds the stand on homophobia and transphobia.
The UFC microphone, and you are getting into territory of homophobia, transphobia. Like, is there...
I don't give anybody a leash.
Well, I'm saying you...
A leash?
Like...
Free speech. And control what people say?
The UFC president threw those insinuations off right away when he said the fight promotion inhibits no one's rights to free speech. He explained, "These guys are allowed to say what's on their minds. It's not my job to leash them or censor them." White said the UFC embraces diversity, and one evidence of that is the number of LGBTQ plus participants in the organization. Kyrie Irving. This was when NBA star Kyrie Irving appeared in a highly contentious press conference following his posting of a link to a movie that some people criticized as containing anti-Semitic themes.
To follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book.
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
Put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it? Do you see me in front of
putting it out there,
the title?
people are going to say that you are
promoting. Yeah,
promoting.
put it out there just like you put things out there, right?
Reporters asked him whether he realized that the publishing involved stood to imply, and Kyrie justified his ability to post anything he wanted, saying that the movie was available on Amazon. As the inquiry continued, Irving visibly chafed and lamented the attempt of the media to turn him into an inhuman creature and make a mountain out of a molehill. His defiance against the media's rhetoric went viral with the recording of his refusal not to give in to public pressure. Todd Bowles. When asked about his relationship with fellow black coaches and how he is doing as one of the few black head coaches in the NFL.
You and Mike Tomlin are two of the few black head coaches in the league. I wonder what your relationship is like with them and your thoughts on Steve Wilks joining that fold.
I have a very good relationship with Tomlin. We don't look at what color we are when we coach against each other. We just know each other. I have a lot of very good white friends that coach in this league as well, and I don't think it's a big deal as far as us coaching against each other. I think it's normal. Wilks got an opportunity to do a good job. Hopefully he does it. And we coach ball. We don't look at color.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach Todd Bowles said he never thinks about the racial angle, and it's something that should come to an end for him, for the media to stop talking about it. Still, another reporter continued to ask for representation in the league, but Bowles pointed out that such questions inherently perpetuate racial segregation. His comments drew praise on social networks as sound and sensible. Athletes like Sean Strickland, Ronda Rousey, and many others certainly placed themselves at the forefront of this resistance movement, gaining an ever-increasing amount of fans and support from citizens who feel the same way. When it comes to athletes and their views, should we separate the player from their opinions, or are they forever linked? Thanks for sticking with us through this deep dive into the clashes between athletes and woke reporters. Let me know in the comments what you think. Should athletes stick to the game? Or is it their right to speak out? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future deep dives into the most controversial moments in sports. Until next time, take care.